What's going on, everyone? So JJ Redick had some nice praise for Dalton Knecht. So JJ Redick says Dalton Knecht is in the 1% of shooters and has a good chance to earn a rotation spot. He also stated that Jalen Hood-Schifino and Max Christie made huge leaps this summer. Now, I definitely want to talk about Jalen Hood-Schifino and Max Christie, but this video, I want to focus solely on Dalton Knecht. Now, he said 1% of the shooters, and some people might think like that's crazy. It's really not that crazy. Now, obviously, he has to translate it to an NBA level, right? But what we've seen him be able to do and how he's able to shoot the basketball, he's not just solely a catch and shoot three guy. His ability to shoot off the dribble, on the move, off of the screen, right? Like, he is not just like I have to stand stationary to shoot the basketball. He's a guy that can shoot pretty much anywhere on the court in any kind of weird way, right? We've seen him take shots where he doesn't really have his shoulders square and he's not really elevating the right way, and he's still able to knock it down and hit it, right? His ability to shoot over the top, right? He's a guy that has the potential to be massive for the Lakers this year. It really boils down to role, minutes, and opportunity. If he gets 10 field goal attempts per game and he shoots 40% from three and is able to do a little bit and put the ball on the deck and do all that stuff, then yeah, I think he'll be a double-digit scorer a night. I think he's a guy that really showed the ability to make plays. Not a playmaker or anything, but he was very impressive in Summer League at just like passing the ball, finding the cutter, giving the look-ahead pass, things like that. Like, that is huge because that's something that was questionable at his game, right? In college, he was looked at more to just score the basketball, but he really showed a nice array of like, hey, I can rebound, I can, defend a little bit. Obviously, he needs to improve in that area. Can he be at least serviceable at the NBA level? But primarily, can I make plays for others? We know he can make plays for himself. He is very athletic. He can be explosive. He can get to his spots. He can shoot over the top. He's shown the ability to be a difficulty shot maker, which is really good. But beyond that, he has shown that, like, hey, while he's creating for himself, if there is a cutter or there is a roll man or, there is a guy wide open, he can stop on a dime and just dish out that pass, dish out that assist, or grab a rebound and get the look-ahead pass and try to get out and push the pace in transition. Like, all of those things are very important because it's, what else can you do besides shoot? Because just like with all shooters, you're going to have off nights. Dalton Knecht could come in and average 20. I don't really think that's going to happen, but just for an example, for a moment, bear with me, he could come in and average 20. But he's going to have that game here and there where he's going to go and give you, 7 or whatever, right? So it's like, what else can you do when your shot isn't falling? Can you make plays? Can you defend? Can you rebound? Right? If you can do a bunch of other things, you're going to be able to stay on the basketball court. And that's the key for Knecht, right? Can he find and contribute in other ways? Defensively, I think, is going to be the biggest question. I think offensively, he's going to be fine, and I think offensively, he's really going to thrive. I really do. I think offensively, he has enough in his bag offensively to where he might be a problem, right? Because the attention that LeBron James and Anthony Davis create, D'Angelo Russell, right? Him kind of playing off ball, him being able to be a shooter, him being able to come off of screens and pin downs, right? And his ability to not just shoot the three ball, but put the ball on the deck, kind of get to a spot. The mid-range is very important, right? This is a guy that is absolute money in the mid-range, and he has good size and length and athleticism to get to the rim, finish through contact, finish over the top, as we saw. So I do think his offense isn't going to really have a problem translating to the NBA, but it's his defense. He had his struggles defending in the G League. Or not the G League, Summer League. And to his credit, he was good at getting back and recovering. And he was good at closing off the offensive player. Now, the difference between Summer League and the actual NBA roster is the actual NBA roster has Anthony Davis. So even if he does get beat, if he's able to recover and funnel that offensive player into Anthony Davis is going to be able to clean that up. Problem is, you don't want your rookie just getting blown by every possession. You don't want your rookie just getting beat every possession, and now you're putting a bunch of pressure on Anthony Davis to have to play cleanup crew, right? And teams are going to adjust and put Knecht in position to where he's going to have to defend, and then they're going to exploit it, and then they know Anthony Davis is going to roll, so they're going to start putting him in actions with guys that can throw the lob, or you're going to have the cutter, right? Like, teams are going to make the adjustments. So Dalton Knecht's going to have to be able to hold his own on the defense side. Again, good athleticism, good length, good foot speed, can be physical. If he can do that and he can hold his own on the defensive side of things, then he's going to be real tough, like real tough. And he's going to have a real impact on this Lakers roster. He's going to be able to contribute right out the gate, literally right out the gate. But again, he's got to be able to do more than just shoot and score the basketball. The Lakers know what he's capable of offensively. If you follow Dalton Knecht, you know what he's capable of offensively. He could be in the conversation for sixth man. He's that good offensively already. Right? He has his bag. Now, obviously, I don't want to put too much expectations right out the gate. I also don't want to put a cap on the kid, right? Like, he could come in and give you 16 a game off the bench. I don't know. It's going to really, again, come down and boil down to opportunity. It's going to boil down to field goal attempts. It's going to boil down to roll. If he's in there just to kind of take a handful of attempts per game, then no, he's not going to really have that big of an impact. But if he's looked at as like, hey, we need you to be aggressive and be a scorer off the bench, and, you know, when D'Lo and Reeves and all these guys, when they're on the bench, it's go time, and he gets 12 attempts per game or whatever, right? I could see him being a 12 to 15 point a game guy. Knock down a couple threes, knock down a couple middies, get a couple, buckets at the rim, maybe get a foul or two, and all of a sudden you look up and he's got 14 or something, right? Like, I'm not expecting him to be a 30 or something or anything like that right out the gate. I do think he has the potential at some point. I think he has the potential to be a better all-around Austin Reeves. And Austin Reeves is a guy that, even in a bad year, as much as people are like, Austin Reeves was trash last year and stuff like that, still gave you 16, 4, and 6. So Dalton Knecht, I think, could be a guy that, maybe gives you better. But he's also just bigger, longer, more athletic. That's where he tested the best in the draft combine. He was like number 1 in lane agility, right? Like, he is very athletic. I get a lot of comments every time I talk about Dalton Knecht where people are like, but he's not athletic. And I'm like, I don't know where you got that from. I have no idea. Because if you've seen him play in college and even in summer league, and if you looked at his draft combine, he was the most athletic guy in the entire draft. Right? And he's looked at as a guy that's ready to help now. Nobody saw him falling to 17. Nobody. The Lakers did it. Lakers didn't even work him out because they didn't think he was going to drop that far. Dalton Knecht didn't even work out with half the teams because they didn't know he was going to drop that far, which likely worked out in the Lakers' benefit, because if he did work out for some of those teams, they probably would have taken him. But because he didn't really work out for anybody outside of like the top 7 or whatever, he ended up falling because teams didn't really have the homework on him, the due diligence on him. Right? Because, this is a guy that was on some draft boards as high as 5th and ended up falling all the way down to 17th. Now, a lot of that was because Zach Edey kind of was like the one wrench. Basically, Dalton Knecht was supposed to go where Zach Edey was. And Zach Edey was supposed to go where Dalton Knecht was. So they kind of flip-flopped each other, right? Which makes sense, right? Because it's like everyone had their kind of order. Teams were supposed to take Knecht, and then, you had Memphis kind of throw the wrench in the whole thing with Edey, but then everyone else was like, I'm still going to take our guy, and then Dalton Knecht kind of fell. It has nothing to do with Dalton Knecht. And also Dalton Knecht, he's older. If he was like 19, probably would have been top 3 pick. I mean, look at where Reed got picked up, right? Probably would have been in that area just because of his size and shooting ability and scoring. But because he's a couple years older, he falls to 17. But he's also more ready, or perceived to be more ready. I really do. I think Dalton Knecht is going to be huge for the Lakers this year. I think he's going to have his games. He's going to have his moments. Is he going to have bad moments? Of course. He's a rookie. Right? It's probably going to take him a little while to get his feet wet, get his kind of legs under him, kind of get a feel for the physicality, get a feel for the pace and positioning, and on both the offense and defense side, understanding, different actions and different sets and certain things that are called out and all that. Right? It's going to be a process. But I think there's going to be some real highs, and hopefully the lows aren't too bad of lows. But I do have a lot of faith in Dalton Knecht personally. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What do you think of Dalton Knecht? Think he's going to have an impact right out the gate? Do you think that he could potentially be in that conversation for 6th man of the year some point this season? Do you think, absolutely no way? He's going to be a 6 to 8 point a game guy. Again, it really does boil down to role, minutes, opportunity, field goal attempts, things like that. Like what do the Lakers look at him as? I think a lot of that will be answered in training camp. I think a lot of that will be answered in preseason and and early on kind of spot minutes during meaningful NBA games, but time will tell. Anyway, again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.